Looking to spice things up now. My guy Price is in the building. He doesn't hold back no punches. My guy Lee's in the building. We know he ain't scared to stand his ground. It's going down. We are going to move on to the WNBA topic.
What's up,
Um,
Lee?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
I can't complain, bro.
and we here, man. We here. So we'll definitely
Yeah.
chop it up, in the break room after. But I want to make sense of this WNBA Enes Kanter Freedom controversy over trans athletes. And I'm gonna play a clip from the game a couple days ago in which there was an altercation on the court. I'm gonna play that and then we're gonna take it from there. So let's run it.
All right, say look.
So basically there's no volume here, so I'll just narrate. All right, you have Natasha Cloud, who was in the middle of a game, and she
I'm gonna
went
let you know we
and
can't
charged
see.
that. What you said?
I don't see nothing on the screen. Oh, there we go. All right, bet.
Yeah, so she went and charged that Enes Kanter because Enes Kanter has been very vocal about his disposition when it comes to trans athletes in women's sports. He's an advocate against it, just like Royce White and company as well. And this woman took it upon herself to interrupt her game to charge at him and have that altercation. So, Lee, I want to get you warmed up here first, and then I want to get my guy Price thoughts after. So, Lee, let's make sense of this, man. What is your take on that altercation and where we are in regards to this topic in the WNBA?
Yeah, we've talked about this before, Leo. So I'll reiterate what my position is on it. Look, for me, it's two separate things with Enes Kanter. This man has been a vocal. Again, for me, he's trying to get his 15 minutes of fame. He's made the talk show circuit and sit and talk about it. And then he purchased this shirt, bought a ticket to the game, not to enjoy the game, but to make a point. Right? He made to make a point, and you see what's on his T-shirt. Now, again, the whole premise of what's going on here is the question was asked about trans athletes playing in the WNBA, and Kanter and Royce White both started to say that they're trans now and they want to be in the league. There's a conversation to be had, personally, and I'll give you my personal thoughts. I think, men should play in men's sports and women should play in women's sports. But there is an alternative out there for people wanting to know if a trans athlete wanted to play in the WNBA, what would that narrative be? And they've asked a lot of the players, and the players are predominantly supportive of all people being inclusive. Now, that's not me, but for this particular situation, Kanter is making a mockery of this, in my opinion. He's making a mockery of the situation. The WNBA missed the boat when they didn't clarify within their regulation in the WNBA. Right, their bylaws don't state it. They just state that anyone can be eligible to come in that have graduated 4 years from their high school graduating date. They could. What happened? Can you still hear me, Leo?
Yep, you good.
Okay, 4 years. 4 years from their graduating date, so they never clarified what and who could come in the league. So Kanter and Royce White took it upon themselves to say they're transgender, making a mockery of the whole thing, right? And so at this game, I was actually watching this game when it's happened, right? He stood up, flexed his shirt. She had just made a bucket and was running down, and she saw it, and, they've already had words. And so that's the premise of it. Look, there's a conversation to be had about this subject. The WNBA and the NBA, they're a management team together. They need to clarify who and what should be in this league, right? They should clarify who can be drafted. What does a woman mean as far as being in the league? That should happen. And I think they're working towards that. But this incident is someone who is here on a work visa, right? So, he's on slippery slope trying to get his 15 minutes of fame, and I'm against that. I'm totally against that because it's not authentic about the situation that's going on. So for me, there's two different things at play here. One is who should be in the league. They need to clarify that for me, Cantor is is a non-factor to me because I don't think it's authentic what he's doing. He bought a ticket. He stood outside the arena to get the crowd riled up prior to the game. He grandstand during the game. This is not genuine dialogue. This is a person that is trying to, once he couldn't play in the NBA anymore, to get his 15 minutes of fame. That's where I stand on it.
Price, I'll let you respond and jump right in there, man.
Man, there's nothing to discuss about that, bro. Because if you're a woman, you go to the WNBA. If you're a man, you go to the NBA. Angel Reese, she can't play, and she's from where I'm from. She can't play in the NBA with LeBron James and them. She can't. So if the trans people, if they feel so strongly about all this, make a TNBA where y'all could go cut penises off and have inflatable penises, whatever y'all got going on. I don't know. I'm not with none of that. Y'all go handle that how y'all finna handle that. And y'all make a whole league called the TNBA, the Trans National Basketball Association. You could do that. It's cool. Whether y'all get viewers on that, I don't know. But the guy, I forget, I don't know his name. And he may not be doing that for his 15 minutes of fame. I made a video about that recently. It's not for 15 minutes of fame. I've been talking about the same shit for a long time. I have a daughter, and I'd be goddamned if men or boys in her instance are playing sports with her. I'd be damned if my daughter is playing, she wants to play basketball, right? And it's 12th grade boys dunking on my daughter. Hell nah. I'm about to jump in that motherfucking WNBA. If that's the case, I'm jumping in the WNBA. I got me a motherfucking wig. I ain't gonna put it on my head. I'm gonna put it on the basketball, and I'm dunking these fucking basketballs in Angel Reese's face. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't playing about that shit. Yeah, hell nah. Man, we rocking. We rocking. We rocking. That's how we going. I'm not about to sit here and let nobody say, "Oh, men should be in women's sports." Cheryl Reeves, who one of the people who started this shit, need to know what the fuck going on. She trying to be all inclusive. Maybe she wants her 15 minutes of fame. Fuck her and her fame. The hell? Because soon somebody dunks some nuts on somebody, some balls on somebody's face. Now she crying. It ain't fair. Hey, Angel Reese, if you ever see this video, play me 101. I'm dunking on your tall ass. Me and you the same height.
Look,
And I'm trying to get the what's the name back, the sound back. Do I need to? Hey yo, Lil, shake your head because I can't hear y'all. Do like this. Do I need to drop down and come back? Because I can't hear nothing.
Yep. Drop down.
I bet.
yeah.
Lee, I know you look disgusted over
I'll be
there.
right back. I'll be right back.
It is what it is.
For me, that's a bit remedial, Leo.
But look, let me
For me,
do my
anyway, that's
thing
a
here.
bit remedial. I don't. You gotta come better than that because the WNBA is a business. We're not talking about somebody playing on the street, playing ball in the park. We're talking about a business and what
I'm
their
back.
bylaws.
Yo, you
That's
hear
why
us?
I came on.
Yeah,
But
I can hear.
it's
I can hear.
about the nature. It's about the nature of the business and the sport. And this guy, I know Enes Kanter. I followed his career. He was the Turkish government was trying to assassinate him for a while.
Damn.
He sought asylum over in the United States, and then he starts to do this foolishness. If I thought he was genuine, that's one thing because there is a conversation to be had. Absolutely, I think, and I don't begrudge anybody for their personal feelings about that. But the dialogue needs to be had in a way that you look at all of the different nuances of a league, a professional league of women, and it has to be discussed from that perspective. Because anybody can say, what they're going to do and what they would do. I'm more about the business side of it and how we approach it. That's what.
But how is it a nuance? You either have a penis or a vagina. Where's the nuance in that?
There we go.
That we're
There
not
we
talking
go.
about. But you have to take it in context of a league that has shareholders, that has a board of governors, that has bylaws. You just can't say it's about a penis or a vagina because it's deeper than that. See, on the surface, you can say that because a lot of people look at things on the surface, but it's big. It's much deeper than that. That's why I say we're not playing outside at the park. We're playing in arenas with millions and millions of dollars at stake. That's a totally different argument. That's
Lee,
It's a WNBA. I'm gonna say a couple thousand. It's a WNBA.
let me jump in here.
The WNBA
let me jump in here.
WNBA made $75 million.
Let me jump in here so I can get my point across so people can understand where I'm coming from here. Because I understand where Price is coming from because he's speaking from a logical perspective. You can't go against logically. Now I understand where your point about the business aspect is, even though I disagree with it. I understand your business side of it. Sometimes you know, when you are a corporation, you have to really dumb down your product to, you know, not turn off people and all that. So I get that part of it too. So one is talking logic, other is talking business. Let me kind of like get in here so people could understand where I'm coming from. Because the WNBA, right? When you look at them as a league right now, they're becoming laughable, Lee. And I just got to be honest with you. They are self-sabotaging their league because they cannot answer a simple question. What is a woman? They can't even answer that. They had a whole meeting for probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, left that meeting with no clear definition on what a woman is. That's a clown show, Lee. And it's taken away.
Self-sabotage.
No, nobody opened the dictionary.
You want support, and you want the consumers to take it seriously. You want the consumers to talk about the sport from a basketball standpoint. And here you have this. Here you have this girl, Lee, and Natasha Cloud. She's interrupting her game, right? She's interrupting her game to go out there and go at Enes Kanter or whatever to antagonize him, right? As he was standing up for women's sports this whole entire time. Mind you, you had Caitlin Clark, who's the face of the league, had a massive night, right? A massive night that same night. And guess what we was talking about with the media? This subject here, taken away from the game. Angel Reese just had 26 rebounds last night. Guess what? We talk about this pointless altercation all over sports talk. So again, it's taken away from the sport that they want us to take seriously because we are talking about what a woman is and if they can play in the sport.
Leo,
that's a problem, Lee.
But you make a point that it's making it a clown show. All-time revenues, all-time viewership, all-time.
Yeah, that was because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
All-time attendance. How is it a clown show? That's a ridiculous point because
just because people attend the game, has got a nice audience. What are you talking about?
Look. The numbers for you, it might be a clown show, but the numbers don't support what you're saying.
I mean, numbers don't dictate what is a clown show or not.
You and Price could have whatever.
When people go see the Circus, Lee? When people go see Circus Soleil? Wasn't Circus
Soleil? Yeah,
shows out there, Lee.
That's what I'm saying. Circuses have nice numbers. What are you talking about? It's a clown show.
To other people, it's not.
Don't people go see dolphins? You know, you know what I mean?
Your opinion, you guys certainly can have your opinion. Your opinion is in the minority because the facts don't support it. But you can have your opinion.
Yes, it do.
You can have your opinions. Now, let me ask both of you something. There's a young lady in, I think it's in North Carolina. She's the starting quarterback for the varsity football team, and she plays linebacker for the varsity football team. She shouldn't be playing?
Not in no men's sport. She can play in her sport.
It's the boys' football team. She's the starting
get
quarterback.
Get out of this.
Try to go pro. Try to go pro.
But Lynn, we're not talking about her.
I'm gonna say no. She shouldn't be playing on that. Make your own sport.
No,
go make another NFL. They got a WNBA. Why is there no WNFL?
What?
Because if somebody hit her hard enough, she gonna be crying.
Well, she plays linebacker.
Ain't nobody gonna be watching no WNFL.
She plays linebacker. She's hitting people. She plays linebacker. She's hitting people. So what?
Linebackers still get their ass popped too.
She's playing linebacker. She's doing more hitting than receiving the hit, right? So what I'm trying to say is, as I said, there are nuances to this. There's nuances to what I'm talking about. That young lady shouldn't be allowed to play on the varsity football team if
No.
she's the best quarterback out there. Give me a break.
Nah, go start your own league. The school
Stop
should
it.
start
You
their
don't
own
have to-
league.
No,
Listen.
why
Hell
do
nah.
you have to
Because
start
while
your
she
own
playing, she's not gonna go to the NFL.
league? Maybe she don't want to go to the NFL. Why does she have to
Well,
go to the
She'll never
NFL?
be
well,
done.
maybe she need to go do
Maybe she don't
ballerina.
want to go. Maybe she
Hell,
just
she
want to play
doing.
high school
Hell, she
football.
doing playing with men. What is she?
Anyway.
Is she a
Because
trans?
she's capable of playing with men.
No, you see the
Well,
problem.
start their own.
Hey,
Start
this is
their
the
own
problem.
No, you don't have
junior
to start
varsity
your own
females
problem.
division or
That's
something.
ridiculous.
There's
What's up to
nothing
that? Ain't
more
ridiculous.
to this conversation than the obvious. These people, I don't know what to call them. I don't even know what to call them. A man, woman. Well, listen, I have a hard time sometimes. Sometimes I see people in public, and I don't know if I should give them a dap, if I should ear hug. I listen. It's hard for me these days to greet people. I'm just keeping
Yeah,
a beam. But these people, whatever, I guess, women or
I
men
fist
that
bump
want to
everybody,
play
bro.
women's sports, they only doing that for a competitive advantage. That's why you have no woman trying to make the NFL because
I'm
they
not-
know they ain't gonna last.
Yeah, when's the first trans
advantage.
NFL player at?
Why?
The first female to
Why
male
do you
NFL player. I
have
need to
go
see
the
that.
NFL. Look. The NFL represents the top 1% of all college athletes. A woman doesn't have to play in the NFL. That's
She needs
not
to.
the issue. You guys
She go tell her go be trans and play in the NFL. What she
you
talking
guys-
about?
you
It's
guys-
the same
you guys-
thing.
You guys are missing the whole point. It's
Do you?
ridiculous.
No, it's not the whole point. Because if there's what I'm saying here is that they want to get a competitive advantage. That's why the conversation
I'm not-
exists. Because there's no woman that's trying to get into men's sports. Not in UFC, not in NBA, not in NFL. It's unheard of. But with the WNBA, again, that's why we protect the woman here. That's why the conversation is to protect women.
Is
They
there
want to
any
be
trans
able
athletes
to
in
get a
the
competitive
WNBA?
advantage over women. We are protecting you. And the fact that this chick is going to stop her game, stop her flow, just made a bucket to look at somebody wearing a shirt and charge him because she didn't like her take. That's the problem. We saving y'all
That's
from
not what-
yourselves.
that's-
Y'all
Lil,
taking
what
away from
happened
your
was-
game. Y'all
She
taking
made
away
the
from your
basket.
game.
He
And you
stood
know what's
up and popped his
unfortunately?
shirt.
You know what's unfortunate? Sophie Cunningham is probably going to get blackballed from the league. And she's a quality role player.
No, she's not. No, she's
She's
not.
a quality role player. Guess what, Lee? It happens all the time. It happened to Kyrie Irving almost.
No, she's not.
It happened to
It
Colin
basically
Kaepernick.
did. It basically did happen to Kyrie Irving.
No, I mean, Kyrie Irving was out of the league.
league. Stop it.
He was
Stop
about to
it.
be out of the league. So it's going to
Kyrie
happen
Irving
to her.
never was gonna
Because
be
guess
out of
what?
the league, Lil.
If the WNBA can remove fans for wearing XX and XY shirts and tell them to go home and remove them, and then they can remove Enes Kanter and then ban him from that particular team in that court, then what makes you think they're not going to ban Sophie
They
Cunningham?
removed Enes Kanter. First of all, they were wrong for banning, removing the lady with the XX and XY chromosome. They admitted that. They should have been allowed to stay, and I agree with that. They should have been allowed to stay. Enes Kanter was making a spectacle of it. He
No,
stood
they
up
taking a
and-
side, Lee. That's what it is. They
No,
taking a
I
side.
disagree.
Hey,
I-
question.
In the political spectrum.
Question. In high school basketball, right? You have the females basketball team and the women's and the male basketball team, right? You will allow a man who just he of course as a teen, I would hope he's not fully chopped up. And he decided to play for the women's team. He got the shorts, he got the high shorts, balls hanging through his shorts, and he playing basketball with the women. He's 6'8", and the women are usually what at the most for women's sports, maybe 6'3". You would allow that? You would like that?
No, I wouldn't. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't allow a female to play on the.
I mean, look.
Oh God, they're frozen for a reason.
I mean, look. Genetically, men and women cannot be on the same plateau. If you
Hell
watch
no.
that clip and you see this woman charge Enes Kanter, if they were to get into a UFC ring, I wouldn't even want to know how that go.
Angel Fox, bro. Look up Angel Fox.
I wouldn't even want to know how that go if they would have
Yo.
get in the UFC ring. So she's acting like she about to fight, dude. If they would have gotten the UFC ring, if everybody said, "Hold up, let's stop the game, let's throw on the UFC ring here and let them two duke it out," we know what's going to happen.
Bro,
So, again,
can you
we
pull up the
cannot
clip of
act like
Angel
there's not
Fox?
a genetic aspect to this. Go ahead, man.
Can you pull up the clip or the at least the article of Angel Fox, who's a trans woman, male to female, that knocked the man out. I mean, knocked the female out, broke her face.
Yeah, yeah,
Women do
exactly.
not belong in men's sports. Point blank. Period. Like, there's no
Point blank
nuance
period.
to that. There's nothing to that. She over there doing that because she probably getting horny as shit. If we being honest, she like, she's not gonna lay with you, but I will. Yeah, the
Well,
females be when they start acting tough, they want to jerk you off, bro. Like, that's just real. That's just real talk. There's no
the rea-
nuance in that neither.
the
When she over
reality
there
is a
talking
lot of
to
these
him,
people.
she found that man attractive, and she wished that she could have saw him after the show to get banged out. Point blank. Period.
The
When the females
reality
start
is,
acting tough, they haven't had no wee in a while, and that's just what they need. I mean, point blank. Period. It's science.
you see, the reality is, and this is the point that I think a lot of people is missing here in regards to this
Hmm.
subject. What Enes
Yeah,
Kanter did, it's not for his 5 minutes of fame. What Enes
science.
Kanter did, first of all, you look at his track record. He's a guy that stands on principle. He stands
Yeah.
on BI. Look at what happened with the government where he's from. He stood on BI. He could have literally stopped what he was doing and continued to play basketball, but he said, "You know what? I'm gonna stand on BI." So we can't just say that he's not standing on BI here. He's doing it for his 5 minutes of fame. He could give a
Mhm.
damn about that. What Enes Kanter did was hold the mirror to the WNBA when they came out with that nonsense that women could play, men could play, or in the sport and whatnot, transgender men. He held the mirror to the WNBA and said, "You know what? This is how stupid you look." And sure enough, he was proven to be correct because they were scrambling, trying to call a meeting to define what a woman was. So literally, his point was made. He held a mirror to the WNBA and say, "Look, this is how stupid you look." And for people to run out there and say, "Oh, he's trying to chase fame," no, y'all missing the point. The point is going way over your heads, way over your heads.
Bro, way over their heads. Because honestly, I'm thinking about doing the same exact thing he did. I'm not looking for fame. I'm just looking at it like, yo, y'all are fucking stupid, bro. To be honest with you, y'all are stupid. For y'all to be in a meeting for an hour and a half to define what a woman is, when you just open up the Webster's dictionary, his shirt actually says it's an adult female. That's what the Webster's dictionary defines a woman as. Womb. No man has a womb. Womb man. They don't.
And the
Why is this
fact
even a
that we have to
discussion?
define these things, I'm glad you're doing it though, because some people need to know the definition. They do.
They
They need
they
to.
they need to know, bro. If you want to be trans, like I said earlier, start a trans league. TNBA, men, women, or used to be men and used to be women. Y'all can team up and do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. Have fun.
Yep,
Have
the
balls and
NBA.
fucking slits that don't belong there. Have fun. Nobody's gonna bat an eye. No one cares. But when you try to come into a real sport, can Angel Reese say she's a man right now, going in the NBA right now? Fuck no. No. So why should men, biological men, be allowed to go to the a women's sports? So does that stop at boxing? Can Mike Tyson put on a wig and go into a women's sports and knock these hoes out? Come on
Exactly.
now. Where does it end? So the line needs to be. And I hate that we came to a point in society where we have to even have this discussion. And President Trump said something the other day, right? Yesterday, actually. Teachers, you're going to get charged with child abuse if you tell a child they're in the wrong body. Why the fuck? Why are people telling these children that they're in the wrong body, confusing these kids? Now
Yep.
they want to go into the WNBA with a man, pre-op or post-op.
Yeah, it
And let
starts
me
from
tell y'all
young.
one thing,
It
real
starts
quick.
from young.
Last thing, yeah, because they don't have a prefrontal cortex and their minds aren't
They
fully developed.
indoctrinate these children to believe that they can
Exactly.
be on the same plateau as a man. They can do anything a man can do. They want to. They push the idea of competing with a man, that the man is your worst enemy, and so they believe that they're on the same plateau. Even from the way how you look at the altercation, the woman charging. I mean, let's run the clip again. She's acting like a man here. This is a man, a woman, but acting like a man. This is man tendencies here. So that's the problem. And the fact that we have to sit here and define that, look, I would never go for this shit. I'm not doing it. Okay, we're not about to make Lil stupid. I don't care how dumbed down this world is. I would never be stupid just to fit in. The
Can I throw
reality
something in
is
real
we
quick?
know what a man is and we know what a woman is. Let's cut out the games And if you want the WNBA, if you want the people like myself to take this sport seriously, with all the talent that is in there, because they do have talent in the WNBA, but unfortunately, all this political stuff, the bet that they laid in and made, we're not going to take the sport seriously.
Let me throw this in there.
You cannot define what a woman is.
Let me throw this in there. Notice, and I said this earlier. Notice she's emotionally reacting. He's just like this,
and he's smiling.
Smiling.
Again, we go back
she's
to the
emotionally reacting while he's over there like smiling. Women react off of emotion.
There we go.
So we have these emotional ass women playing NBA, WNBA, and then you have this man right here who don't give a shit about nothing.
He's smiling at this woman. He's not even like getting on. He's smiling at her. Look how stupid she is. That's what he's saying in his head. Like this woman has to stop her game to come and charge me. That's the look of stupidity right there. He's looking at her like she's stupid. I'm glad to get Lee back on. Lee,
I don't know what you just did, bro, but I can't hear you at all.
You know I wasn't going to miss this because I always like to. I love to debate anybody. You know, it's about different perspectives. So I love this. You know I do.
I'm gonna let Price get back in here, but Lee, I'll let you give your final take on this, and then we'll let Price.
It's for me, Lil, is all my personal opinion to decide. I have my own feelings about whether transgender males should be playing in female sports. But it's a bigger conversation. Certainly that's the core issue. But like I said, I don't want it to be so remote that we just focus on that. Enes Kanter is a clown. I don't respect what he did or how he's moving. So to me, he's a non-factor to me. I look at the bigger conversation. This guy's a clown.
He should have threw a dildo on the floor.
Some and people that do that foolishness. See, that's what I'm saying. that doesn't do anything, right? To show how ignorant a person is, right? I don't move like that. That's not how I move. But
any man that think a man should be in a woman's sports is ignorant. There's no nuance. There shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't be a discussion. You said it yourself. In high school, a boy should not play on a women's team and vice versa. So what makes a difference for the adults? What's the difference? There's no difference.
High school sports and pro sports are totally different. I mean, there's levels to sports.
You start in high school though. You start in middle school and then work your way up.
There's levels to the athleticism it takes to play at different levels. So
you chop your penis off by levels? Like what's going on?
These women can't even dunk.
You're trying to bring
these women can't even dunk.
Nah, men can't play in women's sports. Listen, if that's the case, I'm trying out for the WNBA. I got a wig, I got a basketball. I'm trying to dunk, like I said earlier, I'm trying to dunk Wayne Reeves.
And I understand they progress from a skill standpoint, but they can't even dunk. So again, there's no conversation.
There are women all around the country that's dunking, Leo. There's women all around.
Not dunk on their ass. No,
I haven't seen one dunk yet in the WNBA.
I ain't even seen Angel Reese dunk.
Seattle Center has dunked twice in the game. You got to watch the game before you speak. But
let me how many dunks you seen, Lee?
And
you probably could count with one hand, right?
About 4 in game.
Yeah, you've been watching this for a long time.
What difference does that make? What difference?
It makes a difference. It's my point. They should not be on the same floor as a man.
What difference does that make? That doesn't make that point doesn't make any sense because they can't dunk. It's a sport.
They get dunked on.
As a matter of fact, if you look at the skill level, athleticism, certainly the men are better, but the skill level, shooting free throws, handling the basketball overall, the women's game rivals the men, and really with free throw shooting and other things is better. But you have to watch it with a critical eye to understand that. I'm not on the surface type of guy. You know this about me, Lil. I watch sports with a critical eye. I'm not on the surface. It's easy to say a man shouldn't be in a female woman's sport. We know that.
Lee, it's logic. It's common sense. Sometimes you can't overthink common sense, Lee. That's what you're doing. You're overthinking common sense.
I don't know.
Me, LeBron, and Kyrie Irving are going to the WNBA, y'all. We trying out soon.
But
especially Kyrie Irving.
Let me ask you this. Why do you go to the extreme though? You said LeBron and Kyrie Irving. Why do you go?
And me, don't forget me.
Oh, I'm not, and bro, I don't know about that. But why you go to the extreme? This is not about
that's not the
LeBron
extreme.
and
If
Kyrie
LeBron
Irving.
and Kyrie Irving was to put on a wig, they should be able to be allowed. How is that the extreme? That's not the extreme. The extreme was any man that went to the WNBA. That was the extreme
I'm
itself.
not saying a man should be in the WNBA. What I'm saying is that what the WNBA failed to do was clarify what their bylaws and standings are for about who should be admitted into the league.
Well,
now,
have a coochie. That's simple. Have a coochie.
Define what a man and a woman is, and you have your answers. You have your guidelines. It's as simple as that.
Yes, you do. Have a coochie. You go to the WNBA.
What a woman is,
have a
and a man
period.
is, and there you have it. Issue solved. They couldn't even do that, Lee. They couldn't even do that.
The NBA. If you guys, I want both of you guys to do some research for me. The NBA doesn't explicitly say that the people that play in the NBA are male or men or male. They don't say that.
It's common sense.
No, it's anybody can be drafted into the NBA if they're skilled enough. It's not common sense, and you don't make these decisions based off of common sense. You make it based off the bylaws of the league. That's what I'm trying to say.
Nobody makes stuff up. People don't even read the bylaws in their own homeowners association.
You don't read the bylaws.
What a man is in the NBA is because we know what a man is in the NBA.
What is happening?
You don't read them, but the NBA personnel people do.
Honestly, what they need to start doing before they let anybody in the NBA and the WNBA is inspect their down low. Inspect it. Do you gotta let me see that?
No, okay. Lil, why is it a WNBA?
Oh, you
by his logic,
you going to the NBA. We're gonna have to stop doing that.
Almost like by his logic, why is there WNBA to begin with? Why is there WNBA to
let me
begin with?
inspect to see what you got down there. All right, and I'll tell you where to go.
Yeah, and if you bleed in beat juice, then you'll take your ass to the NBA.
You guys are funny. It's I mean,
we get into this point.
I just want you to expand your horizons when you're talking about professional leads.
That's how we gotta do it.
If you want to stay with the just
that will make me a liberal. You expand too much.
It doesn't make you a liberal. It makes you an intellect. When you
hell nah. Because once you expand it, then you realize this shit's stupid. You be like, man, I'm going back to where I was from. I'm going right back. What the hell? I expanded and now men think they're women. I'm going back to where I came from. I'm going back to my roots.
I don't think
going back to my roots.
The fact that we even having this conversation right now, I know you smart, Price. Who we got to blame? There's one particular guy. He was a president. I'll give you a hint that we got to blame him. There we go. See?
Look, at you had to finish the sentence.
That in itself tells me all I need to know, right?
Smart man. He came over there and he passed all them laws. All them laws that he signed. Oh, I'm gonna do stuff for black people.
Leo,
okay.
Obama didn't pass anything. Congress did.
All them gay bills.
Obama don't pass laws. The president
Obama was over there. Obama was over there dreaming about having sex with men. Man, please, he voted in his journal.
The president doesn't pass
Obama
laws.
was gay as hell.
Congress do.
All right.
Congress do, right?
Barack Obama was gay as hell.
The president doesn't pass laws. The Congress do, right?
And he let it happen.
We do know that, right?
And more got done under his watch. So
I don't know
he just
about
was a pawn. Maybe he just was a pawn for Congress.
We got to get the bare minimum straight, right?
No, you're right. You're right. Congress does, and that's why he was a pawn.
Oh, he was a pawn. He was a gay pawn.
Sure.
Know what I mean?
Sure.
Bro, this man was fantasizing about having sex with men, bro. Yeah. He wrote it in his journal. You can look this up. Like, this is factual. He was for the rainbow people, the Skittle community.
Maybe he should try to go play in the WNBA now. Imagine that Barack Obama entering the WNBA. Maybe.
Yeah, Barack Obama had a wicked jump shot. I give him that. He was trying out. He's trying to be the first thing to reach.
Already. I'm surprised he didn't inquire. You know.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
But anyway, yeah, we're gonna keep it real, Lee. That's what
you're not. Well, you're not. But Leo, you're not. You're not. For me, you're really not saying anything.
No, I mean, but you know,
that's for me. Now that's just my viewpoint. You ain't really saying anything for me. I mean,
we can end it off here.
But we can talk.
Sports, politics, conspiracy theories. We are here to give you our unique perspectives on things happening in the world. It's the one and only The Real Lil on The Real Lil Show.